This is a tough one to film because I feel really dumb. Hello, welcome back to Classics with a Quirk, where I talk about contemporary and luxury designer items and brands with a touch of silliness. If this is the kind of content that you find interesting, please do like this video and subscribe for more of it. Thank you. All right. Okay, I just recently unboxed what I thought was a wish list item of mine. In a previous video, I unboxed this YSL card holder in this beautiful peacock green, which was a wish list item of mine. I wanted a YSL card holder in a really lovely color, and when this came up on The RealReal, I jumped on it. I thought that I got a really good deal. My previous video was all about that, and I was really happy up until I started using it. Now, as some of you who already watch me may know, I am a pretty detail-oriented person. I really care about quality, I care about materials, and I care about the details. And I had never owned a YSL card holder before, but I had seen them in store. I looked at them a bunch, I've touched them a bunch, and something about this felt kind of off from, I don't want to say the beginning, because in the beginning I was also just like really excited to have it. I really loved the color, I was excited about the deal, and it looked beautiful, it felt fine. But then the minute I put my cards in it to use it, because of course I was going to use it, I immediately noticed some wear from just putting my cards in that I was shocked by. And I actually was going to originally make a video about the wear and tear of my YSL card holder, what you haven't seen before, but I'm going to see if I can't show you. I put my cards in the slots, and it's pretty obvious on the back, and almost immediately, see if you can see, you see that white spot over there? And over here, that is the color being broken. The leather or material, it's actually kind of a waxy substance on further inspection. Basically, the card sliced it open, like just from putting my card in, it sliced it open. And it did that on this side and on this side. And the same thing over here. It's not as obvious, but this also got like a little bit of wear and tear, and this side too got, you see that white part, just sliced open to reveal a white cotton-like substance underneath. And that was, I was very shocked by the wear of that immediately for what was supposed to be a new piece. Like that was, I was a little bit, I was upset to see this type of wear so fast. And I was also shocked that nobody had ever mentioned this type of wear before. Usually when I see reviews on YSL card holders, they're all singing the praises of them. People talk about how they're immaculate after years and years. The corner has worn beautifully. The hardware has no problems with it. And that got me to further inspect my piece. And I kept noticing little things with it that didn't quite seem right. And the more I looked at it, the more I was uncertain about this. The more I looked at it, the more I was just like, something about this doesn't seem correct. And then I started doing a little bit more digging. I actually went and I found a picture of this the authentic version of this card. I found one on Fashion File, and I found one also by someone who posted on the Purse Forum, who bought it directly from the boutique. And I'm going to put a picture for comparison right here. And now I'm going to show you some things about the piece that made me call into question the authenticity. And as things kind of built up, I think that I bought a fake YSL card holder from The RealReal. So first of all, the wear, obviously, that I just showed you, that seemed very fast. And for a card holder of that make, like even, I have a canvas Coach card holder that I've used for quite a while now, and it has no wear on it. Like the card slots are a little bit stretched out, but aside from that, this type of wear, that should not happen, especially on first use. And then something I also noticed was the corners. Let's see if I can't here. You see how the corners are pointy as opposed to rounded? It's pretty obvious on this side that they're pointy. And if you notice that little thing right here sticking up, that is an unfinished corner. It's not completely tucked in. Yeah, you can see it. You see that fold? It's not tucked in. It's not stitched in all the way. It's puckering out. And you can actually see here, can actually see how it's folded weird. Like you see that little point right there? From every single YSL card holder I've seen, I have never seen that type of quality issue on these before. And it's possible that they might have that quality issue. But so far we have this incredibly quick wear. We have unfinished corners, and more telling is the hardware. Now, I have seen YSL card holders in person, again, as I said, but I wasn't holding one in my hand to compare the two. So I had the picture to look at, and the hardware seemed different. First of all, what I noticed is that this YSL actually seems a little bit smaller than the authentic one. The entire hardware is just a little bit shorter, and the L is a little bit less long. So that was the first thing. But then looking at the details of the hardware, and everybody says, like, observe the hardware when you're looking for authenticity. So the details of the hardware, you'll notice here that it's rounded, okay? It's like it's got a rounded point. It looks all rounded. It almost, that's not just my camera. That's not the reflection. It's just the pieces are rounded. They're not clean, sharp edges like in the actual hardware on the authentic items. They're just a little bit off. Like this is a little bit too thick in comparison to the thinner one in the authentic picture. Same thing with this. It's too blunt as opposed to sharp, clean, finely cut edges. So there's that. Then again, like when I unboxed this, I was excited about it. I was excited about the color. And so I didn't check it immediately with the thorough type of detail that I should have. And that's something that we should all learn from, really. Like I should learn from that. We hear about people having inauthentic pieces from various websites all the time. Check your pieces, obviously get it authenticated by a second party. From what I've been observing, I just based this on what I found, that this piece was not authentic. And there are more things actually that built up and up to me coming to this conclusion. So next, this piece came with all of the paperwork, okay? It came with tags, it came with the authenticity card, it came with another tag thing, the made in thing. But there are inconsistencies. So first of all, I've never owned a Saint Laurent piece before, so I didn't really know what the authenticity card was supposed to look like. This came with 2 tags, all right? Now this might have been a real thing, but this one from Nordstrom says Peacock Green, $250, and it has the serial number 423291B0W02. This one isn't from anywhere, and it says Cork, $275. Cork is a different color for $275, and it has the same number except the last letter is a 1 instead of a 2. So I have 2 tags with 2 different prices, 2 different colors, and 2 different numbers that came with the same piece. And again, when I unboxed it, I just overlooked that. Like I thought that I was too excited to pay attention to this. And I'm glad that I did in the end. So there's the next inconsistency. And finally, I have this, which is, again, Saint Laurent Paris, made in Italy, and possibly an authentic piece of paperwork. It says 423291B0W01. So it's the same number, okay? Not as the peacock green tag, which is this color, but as the cork tag, which is this color. And it also says 2019 on it. However, when you look at the serial number inside the actual card holder, I'm going to just read part of it to you. Okay, so it says Saint Laurent Paris, made in Italy over there. And then on this side is the stamped serial number, which you're not going to be able to see because it's just stamped on the black. The serial number, the last 4 digits are 0817. Now in Saint Laurent serial numbers, the last 2 digits are the year, 2017. This piece of paper says 2019 on it. Also, in 2019, the card holders were $275, as opposed to this peacock green one, which is labeled $250. So this is supposedly a 2017 piece with 20 19 paperwork. Now, mix-ups happen. If this had been an authentic piece, it's possible that the person who was sending it in sent the wrong paperwork. They just sent in a bunch of different tags because that's what they had available. Who knows? We have none of the tags that match. And then we have a piece with a bunch of quality issues and defects, and I was highly suspicious, shall we say. So I had come to the conclusion that I had bought an inauthentic item. I had bought a fake YSL card holder from The RealReal. And yes, I bought this from The RealReal, a huge luxury secondhand consignment resale website. Everybody knows what The RealReal is. A lot of people buy from The RealReal. I've seen plenty of YouTubers talk about a great experience buying from The RealReal. I actually, as of making this video, have placed another order for The RealReal. I purchased an item of clothing, and I'm excited to get it. I don't think that the item of clothing is fake, but I am pretty positive that this thing that I bought is not a real YSL card holder. And I was so bummed, and I felt so dumb. Like, I felt dumb watching my previous unboxing video and seeing how excited I was over unboxing an inauthentic item. Like, that felt really bad. And knowing how much I spent on it, thinking that I was buying a genuine item. And this is what a lot of people experience when they purchase fake items thinking that they're the real thing. It's different if you're purchasing a fake and you know that it's a fake, which is a different topic. But people who buy real items or think that they're buying real items from resale websites, this is the fear that you're going to get something inauthentic. And that's how I felt. Like, holding this now, I feel like it's fake, and I don't feel happy and comfortable owning, even though it's pretty, it's a fake piece that is certainly not worth the amount I paid and doesn't hold the same joy or value to me because it makes me feel bad. So I wrote The RealReal. I wrote The RealReal immediately, and I'm going to read you my email and the subsequent replies that I got. So I wrote, "Hello. I recently purchased a YSL card holder from your website, and I gave the order number. I made some observations that called into question the authenticity of my item. Details of note. The hardware of my card holder is overall smaller from a direct from YSL card holder, and the lines are not as clean. The card holder's corners are not finished properly. They are folded over loosely and not fully stitched in. Oh, and I also pointed out the glazing on the side. So just really quick, the glazing on the side of this card holder is really uneven and unfinished and very strangely thick. And you'll see here, if I can show it to you, maybe I can show it to you better on this side. It's like it sticks out strangely. It's very thick and bulbous. It doesn't look right. It doesn't look right. And so I pointed that out. I purchased this piece in good faith from The RealReal under the assumption it was authentic and would like a refund of my money, please. Thank you." And I inserted pictures of all the items. Like, I took detailed shots of everything. Okay, and I got a representative saying, "Thank you for contacting The RealReal. Let me connect you with the proper department." And I got that. I sent the email at like 5 o'clock, and I got a response at 8. So only 3 hours that they responded to me. And then I said, I just said thank you. And then the next day, someone did respond to me the next day at noon. So it was not even a 24-hour turnaround time before someone did respond to me. And I got Mary F., who wrote, "Please know that your recent inquiry regarding your order has reached my inbox. Please allow me to assist you going forward. We are sorry to hear that your purchase of the Saint Laurent card holder, blah, 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 has given you reason to feel uncertain regarding its authenticity." And then they wrote an essay about how they take authenticity very seriously. We have in-house professionals. Items are put through a rigorous authenticity. All items are put through a rigorous authentication. I can't say authentic 15,000 times before I blew that. All items are put through a rigorous authentication process by a team of experts guided by our director of authentication and brand compliance. During this inspection process, we validate blah, 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 blah. So each item passes through our strict authenticity test before it is accepted for consignment. Again, our apologies if your purchase has given you some doubts as to its authenticity, and know that we will gladly accept the item for return, and know that our team will re-examine it once it is back in our facilities. So that was great. That was awesome. I got a prompt response. They apologized for me feeling uncertain about the item. They tried to assure me that they were doing their utmost best to get only authentic items for sale on their website. They said that they would immediately refund my money. And when you deal with The RealReal, you also pay for shipping. It's like at $11.95 or 12 something dollars in shipping. And I did pay shipping when I bought the item. So The RealReal gave me a partial refund of the shipping amount so I could print a return label immediately. They would immediately refund my money after they received the item. It would just take 5 to 10 business days for it to get back onto my card. They also said that the item will be thoroughly re-examined upon receipt, and they will look at the following, and they talked about what I had mentioned as my concerns, and they would be looking at that specifically too. Know that we will share the above concerns and your pictures with our team for review. In the meantime, do reach out should you have any further questions or concerns. Thank you. Best regards. So I thought that was a really good response. I thought that was very timely. I thought that it was reasonable. I appreciate that they... Why is my cat screaming? I appreciate that they didn't question me at all. They didn't say, prove it, or how dare you, or unlike Fashion File, when I had a question with Fashion File about the condition of my item, their response to me was, send it back to us and we'll examine it. And if we examine it and we find that we were incorrect, then we will put it up for sale at a less price. Like, I didn't have to do that. The RealReal was like, you think that there's an issue? Fine, send it back to us, we'll refund you immediately, and we'll examine the item. Like, they didn't say that they would have to assess it before refunding my money. They just said they'll receive it, I'll get the money, and then they'll examine it. So I thought that was very reasonable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to package this up. I'm going to put everything back together. I'm going to put it back in its little dust bag in its box and send it back to The RealReal and look for a different card holder and be smarter going forward. I don't want to say smart because nobody who gets taken advantage of is dumb. None of us are dumb. It's just that there are people who are willing to take advantage of buyers who just want a nice, authentic product and are looking for a preloved option for whatever reason, to save money, for sustainability, to look for an item that was previous release. This peacock color came out in a previous season and YSL doesn't currently make it anymore. So if I wanted this color, I'm not going to be able to buy it in a regular store. I have to buy it preloved. And there's nothing wrong with buying preloved, but I do obviously think that it's very important to be thorough in your examinations, especially if it's a big ticket item. Get it authenticated by a second or third party opinion. And I guess just don't be so excited about your purchase that you don't check the details, that you don't check it thoroughly. I will say also that if you're buying a big ticket item like that, make sure you purchase from a website that has a return policy, or not even a return policy, but an authenticity guaranteed policy. Make sure you're buying from someone who says, no matter when you find out that this item is inauthentic, in the event that you do, we will give you your money back. It's a lifetime guarantee of authenticity. So if you buy something and in 10 years you find out that it's not real, if we still exist, you will get your money back. I think that is very important. And I would not buy from a seller that did not at least guarantee authenticity in some capacity. And even through eBay, eBay has its own guarantee that you're buying a non-counterfeit item if you were intending to buy a non-counterfeit item. Even that capacity, make sure that however you're buying your item, you have some sort of recourse in the event that you find out that it is actually fake. Will I still buy from The RealReal? Yes. I thought that overall the experience with buying them went very well. Obviously, I had a qualm with what I purchased, but I even thought that their response was great. And as I said before, I think I did actually make another purchase from The RealReal, which I'm just waiting to get an unbox. So we're going to see that too. Hopefully that'll be fun, and hopefully I like that piece. And who knows, maybe I'll find a different YSL card holder that I like that I'll be able to get that's real and will make me, happy in owning it. In general, do I think that it's okay to buy from preloved websites? Yes, I still do, because of all the reasons I mentioned. Sustainability, getting an item that you can't get now to save money, all those things are fine and valid. And I think as long as we do our due diligence, it's perfectly fine to buy from preloved websites. Obviously, there's no guarantee that you're getting an authentic item 100% unless you buy brand new in the boutique, but sometimes we don't have that option. And we do what we can. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. What did you think about me buying a fake piece and my reaction to it? Have you ever bought something from the real, or have you accidentally bought something inauthentic before? I'd really be interested to know. If you like this video, please do give it a like because it super duper helps the algorithm, and subscribe for more content because it helps the algorithm even more. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.